I'm Emmannuel Paraschos. I'm the Graduate Program Director of the Department of Journalism. I teach the introductory course to the graduate program, which is the History and Principle of Journalism. We call it specifically News and Society, but it is the history of the profession and what drives the profession, who owns the profession, who runs the profession. We talk about how we started as journalists and where we're going. Basically, that's the first course. Then I do teach other courses in the skills of the profession. That is, I teach reporting of various types. I teach opinion writing. I teach a course in global journalism, a course in propaganda in the press, and a course in multimedia utilization in journalism. I was born into a family of journalists. My father's brothers owned a small chain of newspapers in Athens, Greece. So I grew up in the business and I have ink in my veins. I grew up spending all my vacations and all my summers in the papers, etc. I was translating from the AP that was sent by the chain to cover the UN when the Cyprus issue became a problem. And then I stayed there for a couple of years. Then I got my degrees and then I became a professor. It is one of the most fulfilling professions anybody can undertake. It's almost as fulfilling as being a doctor and curing somebody. And what we do every day is we try to get to the truth, regardless of whom we embarrass in the way, if that be the case. But it is very fulfilling to know that it is your story with your byline that made somebody be kicked out of office or caught as embezzling money and whatever. All that stuff is very fulfilling. Most of what we do now appears on the internet. And it is a lot of fun to see the possibilities here, because we have evolved and now we have students who are one-person teams. They're out there with their computers, their little flip cameras, their good tape recorder, and they're reporting from anywhere in the world. One of the great advantages of being a journalism historian in Boston is that this is where American journalism was born. So we are 4 blocks away from where the whole thing started. It's fascinating. It has been a lot of fun being able to take my students, grad and undergrad, to that walk where I have identified the places where the first American newspapers and eventually radio stations, etc., were started, because it all started here. So you need to make sure you have it in your gut, and this is from the introductory course, to do this, because the pay is not good. It never has been anywhere in the world. Okay? So don't do this for the money. Some of you will be successful enough, no problem. But the vast majority, like myself, love to be reporters. You need to be curious. You need to be persistent. Don't take a no for an answer. You go around and around and around until you get your answer. If you're timid, this is not the profession for you. If you're shy, this is not the profession for you. You need to be good with the language, and you need to have integrity in seeking the truth and not getting discouraged the minute a door closes in your face, because it will. Our people are curious, streetwise, focused, and that's a lot of fun for us in journalism, to see people who are so motivated. We have very few who are uncertain about what they want to do. Most of them, the vast majority, do know exactly what they want to do, and they leave here fully focused and equipped to enter the media immediately.